I want to turn to a congresswoman who took the administration's inability to track stimulus funds. She took that into her own hands. Joining us now is Representative Cathy McMorris Rodgers. She's a Republican from Washington State and the creator of Sunshine.GOP.gov. You can look it up right now. Congresswoman, thanks for joining us. So do you know where the stimulus money is going?
We're working on it. I encourage everyone to visit the website, and it is our effort to bring some accountability to where these dollars are being spent. Just recently, the Inspector General of the United States, Devaney, who has been put in charge of the stimulus and has assured us that there will be accountability, has estimated that at least 7% of those stimulus dollars will be wasted. That is $55 billion. It is a huge amount of money. It's more than most state budgets. And yet we seem to just accept that this money is lost. We spent $787 billion in stimulus money. And what this website is trying to do, it's a one-stop shopping website where you can go and at your fingertips you can see where TARP money's being spent, stimulus, earmarks, authorizations. It took us a lot of time to pull it together, but it is our effort to bring some accountability to federal spending.
And frankly, it looks like a work in progress. I mean, it's a huge, huge task, not only to see if money is being wasted, but to see if there's corruption going on. I mean, the sort of thing that we saw with the Chris Dodd case over whether or not he got a sweetheart deal in his loan. I mean, that kind of stuff goes on pretty often inside the Beltway. And I imagine when you have a bill as big as stimulus, $700 billion, you want to watch out for that kind of stuff. Yes.
It is our attempt to bring some accountability, some transparency to how federal dollars are being spent. And I am proud to report that you can go to this website. It is thousands of pages that we have collected, trillions of dollars in spending that now is just a click away. And you can search by congressional district, you can search by member of Congress, by a dollar amount, by keywords, and actually see where those dollars are being spent. And I think that this is so important in providing some accountability in this process. I applaud Representative Flake and the work that he's done on earmarks, for example.
Work, yeah.
And having the debate on how these spending decisions are made and how earmark money is spent is very important. But we don't always have the time to go down on the House floor and actually have that debate. And this website.
Let me just go back to Jeff for a second. Jeff Flake, you know, the question of whether there are any sweetheart deals, I saw an example of at least one of them. There are probably a lot more, but I only have so much time. In the TARP deal, where there was this bank in Barney Frank's district that he and some other people were lobbying for. I think there was a congresswoman from California who also had a family member on the bank board. They got special treatment in TARP that they shouldn't have gotten. I mean, are there deals, sort of sweetheart deals like this that you look for in the stimulus bill?
Oh, you bet. The stimulus bill was put together so rapidly and passed so quickly that you know that there are going to be issues like this, and that's why the website that Cathy's talking about is so important. I mean, if we can shed some light on that and allow individuals to see what's going on, we stand a far better chance of knocking this spending out. It's still difficult knowing all of this. For example, one of the spending items in the stimulus bill was a couple of $1 million for this airport in Pennsylvania that has, I think, just 3 or 4 flights a day, all to Washington, carrying just a few people.
From Congressman Murthy's district, yeah.
We had, correct, and we had legislation to actually knock that out of the stimulus bill, and it failed by a wide margin because people, you know, the log rolling takes effect, and people realize if they go after his spending, he might go after theirs. And so it's very difficult, even given the transparency, to go after this.
Well, Congresswoman, let me just ask you about one thing that's concerned us, this digital conversion thing. $600 million of the stimulus spending was supposed to be on informing people about digital conversion from analog, which I thought was taken care of when they sold off the bandwidths. Did you find out anything there? Because there were some people with industry interests in some matters that may have gotten preferential treatment.
Well, I don't know about that specifically, but I know that there are billions of dollars that we still don't know how they're going to be spent. Only about a quarter of the stimulus dollars have actually even been distributed.
Right.
And so the decisions are still being made, which is really what it is it's a slush fund for the administration to spend in whatever way that it decides it wants to spend it.
And as we see, politics gets the better of common sense when it comes to politics inside the Beltway. And I just hope that the common sense that you two bring to the legislative process really does begin to spread a little bit. But it's a very depressing situation inside the Beltway right now. We appreciate you both coming on. Thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.